The Epstein cover-up, a global cabal, a puppet president, and the theater of power. In the grand illusion of modern politics, few events have revealed the hidden architecture of power as clearly as the Epstein case. A man with no university degree and no visible credentials somehow rose to become the financier to billionaires, the gatekeeper to orgiastic blackmail operations, and the confidant of princes, presidents, and prime ministers. But Jeffrey Epstein was no mere predator operating in the shadows. He was a carefully placed asset of an intelligence network, protected by a global elite that spans continents, ideologies, and party lines. His murder in a high-security U.S. prison was not an isolated failure of justice. It was the loudest silent message ever delivered by the invisible rulers of this world. We own everything, including truth. The bloodline of deception. To understand Epstein is to pull the thread of a much older fabric, one woven by dynasties like the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, who have shaped world history behind the scenes for centuries. Epstein's ascent was no accident. His connection to the Rothschild clan through high society circles led him into intelligence work, likely first under the CIA umbrella and later, more explicitly, under the Mossad, Israel's infamous secret service. But it wasn't Epstein who opened the first doors. It was his mentor, Robert Maxwell, himself a known Mossad operative, who provided the template: media control, high-level political ties, and a pipeline between Israel and the corrupt elite of the West. Maxwell, the father of Ghislaine Maxwell, didn't just build media empires. He built compromise operations, information channels, and international influence structures. After his mysterious death at sea, his daughter took the reins and partnered with Epstein, expanding the web of entrapment and control. Trump, the puppet who wanted to be king. Donald Trump was marketed as the populist outsider who would drain the swamp. Instead, he became a servant of the very swamp he claimed to fight. He lied to the American people about releasing the JFK files, delayed justice in the Epstein case, and surrounded himself with the same criminal elite he once denounced. Far from being a rebel, Trump acted as a court jester in a kingdom ruled by financiers and intelligence agencies, taking orders from the Israeli lobby, the Mossad, and the transnational families who control the levers of global finance. And now, with ambitions swelling and accountability fading, Trump longs to rule like a modern-day sultan, an American Erdogan, a gilded Putin, where he decides who is guilty, who walks free, and who pays the price. His White House is no temple of democracy, it's a court of fools. And in this circus, Trump wants his rewards. As Anthony Scaramucci said today on air, Trump is chasing a Nobel Prize and a $50 billion fortune before his next mandate ends. He doesn't hide the corruption, he weaponizes it. He's not cleaner than the others, he's more shameless. And that's his greatest skill, the audacity to lie openly, to twist scandals into spectacles, and to cloak his family's enrichment as patriotic duty. The face of complicity. When Trump had the power to expose the Epstein network, he chose instead to surround himself with gatekeepers of secrecy. Pam Bondi, once Florida's top legal officer, helped bury key details. Kash Patel, hailed by MAGA loyalists as a defender of justice, became another actor in the protection racket. And Dan Bongino, whose tough guy persona fuels conservative podcasts, serves as yet another echo chamber for manufactured innocence. These are not independent public servants. They are operatives of a system that ensures immunity for the chosen and ruin for the rest. Mossad's invisible hand. History repeats itself with disturbing precision. When Mossad is involved, whether with Epstein's blackmail ring or JFK's assassination, silence follows swiftly, regardless of which party is in power. Kennedy opposed Israel's nuclear ambitions. For that, he was eliminated. Epstein compromised hundreds of Western elites on behalf of Israeli intelligence. For that, he was protected until the risk outweighed the value. The political labels, Democrat, Republican, are merely costumes. The agenda remains the same. This is not a national government. It is a managerial class for an invisible empire. Elon Musk and the spectacle of rebellion. Even those marketed as mavericks, like Elon Musk, are part of the performance. Musk plays the rebel on stage while signing defense contracts backstage, posing as a digital liberator while aligning with the surveillance state. His defiance is approved. His power, like Trump's, is derivative, granted by the same cabal that crushes true dissent. Conclusion: the real government. The Epstein case didn't just reveal a sex trafficking ring. It tore open a portal into the deep structure of global governance, where blackmail is currency, death is negotiation, and democracy is a well-rehearsed illusion. Trump, far from being its destroyer, is its most charismatic guardian, a man who kisses the ring of power while selling himself as its enemy. The cabal does not rule with tanks and parliaments. It rules with secrets, with silence, and with the willing complicity of the corrupt. And Epstein, like Kennedy before him, was just another sacrifice to keep the illusion alive.